Good evening, everyone. Welcome to some late night Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament action. I am James FNX, and tonight I'm joined on commentary by Chelsea Excellent. Chelsea, how's it going?
Yo, that do be me. It is going wonderful tonight. How's it going with you, James?
Fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, we got two fantastic runners for you tonight. On the left, we've got apathyduck. And on the right, we have WallKicks. Both these runners ran last night. WallKicks getting the first victory in this best of three series. And apathyduck going to look to tie things up tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun one to watch. These are two high-octane, speedy boys. So I'm very much looking forward to it. We got my boy WallKicks repping my boy Phoenix Wright. Duck going with just a vanilla, basic Link, which is fine.
Trying
to say no to that.
Dress down for speed, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. I like Nature Link. You take all his clothes off, he goes faster. That's how that works.
So tonight, as in every other match in the tournament this year, we're playing hard standard mode. So standard mode, you're going to be starting with the escape sequence, and our runners are going to get some random weapon from our uncle. And then hard mode means that a lot of the high-end luxury items are kind of removed from the pool. So there's not going to be a fourth sword. There's not going to be silver arrows. Hearts were reduced a bit. No armor upgrades. Things like that. To keep our runners kind of in line with an NMG experience.
Yeah, luckily, Duck is a very good NMG player. I'm pretty sure Wally has a pretty decent time in NMG too. I don't know exactly what it is. So yeah, they are off. Our first chest is a lamp. We're getting the official not dark rooms in Escape.
Yeah, good feeling for both the runners there.
Yeah, both these runners are perfectly fine. They can do dark rooms, but you know, always nice to just see that early and be like, yep, don't need to worry about it at all today.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll find out what weapon we get here. Runners would usually hope for a bow or a hammer or a fire rod. Those are items that are generally either absolutely required or usually required. Swords are nice too. When you get down to canes, it can be a little bit interesting. And then there's always the fun of a bomb escape. This time we're getting a sword.
This is NMG. This is NMG. We got a lamp. We got a sword. We are in NMG land.
We're off to rescue a princess.
Okay, now it's a little different. All right, a glove is actually really nice to get early in the off chance. As you can see, Duck is kind of slashing these guards. They're looking for bombs so they can get the back of escape. Luckily now with that glove, it's a little less of a pressing issue. They can always just go back to Sank and lift up the rock once they have bombs, if they do not find any on their way. It looks like that is a good prize pack, so they should be getting an 8 drop somewhere if they just keep killing some green guards. So yeah, you do love to see that.
Yeah. So then this version of the randomizer in the last couple enemies have prize packs associated with them, just like in the vanilla game, but they're randomized with the prize pack you get for enemy pool here. And as you can tell, these guards are dropping some big time equipment. We've seen a fairy, we've seen a full magic, and we're going to see a big 20 out of one of these guards, and then eventually we'll see some bombs.
Yeah, Wally got the big 20 already, so that next one should be some bombs for him. I think Duck has a couple more. Yeah, he still has 2 more guards to kill. But luckily making good use of that pot. We'll see if Wally gets it right here. Nope, not quite so lucky, but there's so many guards here, they'll grab them eventually.
Yeah, and even if they don't hit from the guards, the ropes in the escape sequence, those little snake guys, are also in the same item pool. So
correct.
Tons of chances to get this 8 bomb drop and not have to worry about bombs for the rest of the escape. Finding our small key, as Wally does get his 8 bombs. Small key in the first chest. So that has to show up in one of these first 4 chests to continue on an escape. So no surprise there.
Yeah, and as you can see, both these runners are doing pretty much the same strats, all NMG stuff, very, very basic. So you'll see a nice, quick escape. I don't know, I like getting the sword. I like that comfort of no one NMG. They'll be able to just 8-slash this ball and chains. Guy's kind of getting away from Duck, but kind of pinned him into that gate there. See how Wally does.
Yeah, that was really nice out of Duck there as he gets a boomerang. We'll find out what the stun prize is hopefully in a little bit. Don't want to... apathyduck knows that those guards do have an 8-pack in them, so not going to stun anything just quite yet.
What if the stun prize is 8 bombs?
Could be.
You'll never know. You gotta take the shot. Oh, Duck trying to light the guy on fire.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah, he did get the guard stun though, and it dropped a refill heart, so no big value out of the stun prize in this seed.
Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that. That tickled me.
Yeah, Duck having a little bit of lead here, not farming these guards as hard as WallKicks was, looking for bombs. But early on, it's a very small gap. Nothing of any sort of coincidence yet so far.
He's actually opting not to kill any of them, which is strange because he is one drop away from getting bombs. Maybe he's hoping the ropes are just gonna plop one out for him. I guess they're a little easier to.
These are hunting, and he still has 2 drops. He has not gotten that 20 rupee drop yet.
Oh, that's right. I thought he did for some reason. Yeah, I guess that's fair then. Nice pumping action from both of them. Love it. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, that movement experience from NMG running really shining through right there.
Right. Going on a on a rope killing adventure here. Oh, there's oh no. This is the one. This is the one. I can feel it. Never mind.
Nope. 3 more chances though.
Yep. There's a decent amount of ropes coming up. There
it is. 50 rupees in the Dark Cross chest. A little bit of money, nice to have heading into Kakariko. Gonna have plenty of bombs.
Yeah, this is kind of the ideal situation you want coming out of Escape. You are loaded up with equipment for killing things. You're loaded up on bombs. Like, Wally didn't even want that 1 bomb. He's like, nah, I got 8 of them. I don't need that. Rat bumping into Duck a little bit.
Nice job there with the boomerang, busting it out and walking away from that rat as he killed it to grab that key.
Yeah, rats have big bomb pack, so we were very good on bombs from the beginning. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing but cash in the 3 chests in the back of Escape and a map. So Sanctuary's gonna have something. Could see an interesting route divergence if we see like a hammer or a mirror here in the or a hookshot or a mirror in this Sanctuary chest. There's enough to get up on the mountain already.
That would be an interesting play. I kind of want to see it now. Just go for it.
Just a piece of heart, though. It's not going to be enough to tempt either our runners to head up there right now, unfortunately.
All right, so I'm going to gamble on the fact that both of these runners are going to head over into Lost Woods into Kakariko and then kind of see what they get out of there and make their decisions based on that. This is pretty... When it's a standard seed, it's a pretty traditional routing. You don't really see until about 10 minutes in any crazy divergence in what runners do.
Yeah, the only time you might see something different is if you have like a ton of equipment pointing you to a certain dungeon, or if you just really nothing out of Escape and end up deciding to just like take the south route to Kakariko so you can get some bombs out of 50-50 slots. But this is the very, very standard typical route. Neither of our runners are taking a look at the Lumberjack Ledge. Nothing in Lost Woods today.
Yeah, both Wally and Duck did check the tier 2 tree pole, and Duck even went out of his way to check out the bush crab, who was only dropping dollars for us today, so nothing fun. But good things to check, good things to keep in mind.
Yeah, plenty of money and plenty of bombs. Not a lot they're going to find off that tree pole that's going to accelerate their game. But Duck did get a kill and finds just arrows in that tier 1 tree pole.
Yeah. Tier 3 must be packing. Or it could not be. Probably just has small magics.
Small magics or 4 fairies, something irrelevant.
Something crazy. Alright, here we have the first big item dump. We get some 20 bucks. Bomb refill? Anything? There we go, that's something fun. Mirror, that now makes Death Mountain a little tempting. It's very possible that out of Kakariko, we may see them just want to go straight up the mountain, see what's going on.
Potentially. We did also see our first green 20 of the race.
Yep.
So those green 20s represent items that are in the item pool, but are past our runner's maximum amounts allowed for hard mode. So it just replaces that item with a green 20 in the pool. The only thing it could replace right now is armor. So goodbye, blue mail. Hello, $20.
Fine and half magic. Pretty much the only safety-ish item you'll see in hard item pool. Obviously, you still get, the mushroom and the powder, but half magic is kind of the only thing that I would say is a good safety item to get.
Yeah, can of burner in there. Yeah, can of burner in there as well. Can of burner is a decent little. And then we find a master sword on the bottle vendor. That's a good find too. But can of burner is it'll give them access to Spike Cave at some point if they want it. It's nice for a couple fights for less experienced runners. These two aren't going to need it for anything other than accessing Spike Cave or maybe a little bit of safety in a Ganon phase.
Oh, I love this routing. Okay, finding shovel before you go to, a race game or maze game is really fun because right after you do maze game, you just pop on over and dig up what's that shovel spot. It's a really fun. I mean, it's so minor, but I don't know. I like it. I think it's fun to be like, oh,
yeah,
pop on over there.
Yeah, I think when you find that too, it kind of incentivizes you to blind check maze race as well because you're gonna have to walk back anyways to go check shovel.
Exactly. Yep, just a heart container. One of our very few heart containers chilling up on the library. So probably not getting that today. Gonna have one less heart than we could. And we have a single rupee at maze race.
Yeah, not blind checking. Gonna get paid off for that. We'll find out what we're digging up, and then probably heading down to this house shore after a saving quit. We'll see if WallKicks decides to head up the mountain or not. That's an option for both runners too. Hera is potentially, or should be beatable.
It's a crystal.
And it is a crystal, so it's also a 5/6 crystal from the look of things. So
yeah, you could hope that you get a hammer. Yeah, I think that's what we're getting. So hoping for a. Oh, yeah. Did he kiss the priest? Okay, I think maybe he did. That's very important. You got it. You got to kiss your friend. You're gonna let him know that he's loved and appreciated. He works hard, standing there all day.
Yeah, he heals you. You got to give something back.
Exactly. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I just completely lost my brain. Oh yeah, so we're hoping for a hammer or a hook shot. Both these runners are opting to go that way. Duck didn't kiss the priest, so I'm officially upset with him, and we're in a quarrel. WallKicks is still on my good side.
Those frames are a little too important to Duck. I didn't get a good look at what was on Lumberjack Ledge.
It looked like arrows. I don't know. Wally has some god vision. That was the quickest check. I think it was arrows. Oh no!
Piece of heart.
How did he see that? Like it was half a pixel.
I don't know.
How did he see that? It's impressive. That's why he qualified and I did not, because he can see.
All right, and everybody's favorite part of video games, the escort mission, as we take this old man back to his home on the Death Mountain, and in exchange we'll get a valuable item. Probably 20 rupees, but it might be a valuable item.
I believe
it is a valuable item. It's the powder.
Yeah, we're getting safetied up. These runners are gonna have a good time today.
Powder's great. Turns anti-fairies into fairies. Can be used to turn in for an item at the magic bat. It's kind of the one safety that MG runners may pick up may leave as they start shedding safeties from their runs, but
it's generally the last one that people shed. It's definitely helpful for newer runners as it kind of gives them that ease of mind in a lot of the later dungeons, but it's definitely a good one to drop eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Piece of heart inside Spec Rock, piece of heart on Spec Rock, so nothing there.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen the bunny sprite for Phoenix Sprite. That's amazing. Shoutouts to Blue Badger.
It's very good. Pod is a green pendant, Misery Mire is the other pendant, and Thieves Town is the other 5/6 crystal dungeon.
So pretty all right pendants, I would say. They're okay. Mire, I guess, is pretty much the only good one, I would say. Pod green is an interesting one because you can just turn that in right after beating Pod, so that's always kind of tempting. Won't be able to see a Haripot today, as we do not have a hook shot, which is required for that. So we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Get to see good old Beetle Room.
Yeah, everyone's got their own little strategy for that Beetle Room.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I think Duck's gonna do the NMG one. I'd be surprised if he didn't. So you just kind of like go in here, yep, do this little bonk. He had Sword Beam, so unfortunately it didn't kill the Beetle. So now he's gonna have to, yeah, do that. Ooh, Red Cane.
Yeah, Red Cane is quickly becoming the runner's favorite item to find.
Oh, it's mine.
So many little clips and sequence breaks you can do with that item.
Yeah, Samaria is easily one of my favorite items. Duck going for the bomb jump. Flawless. Beautiful. Chef's kiss.
Very, very well done. That is a dangerous bomb jump. If you miss it, you're going basically back to the start of the dungeon. You go down 2 floors. Duck with a nice little rail clip there to get past the fire too.
Yeah, this is where Duck's NMG roots are definitely shining. As you can see, he has caught up to Wally very quickly.
Moldworm refusing WallKicks entry briefly.
You shall not pass. Alright, but 3 quick spins will take this guy out. No issues from both of them. Dropping a map, so unfortunately, good old Tile Room does have our item. So I'm gonna have to take a peek at what that is. Or they can skip it. They can totally skip it. That's a valid thing to do.
It'd be interesting to see what they do. It'd be hard. I'd be hard pressed to skip it this early in the seed.
I would not. Hoping it could be a hammer or a hook shot, kind of make your time worthwhile while you're up here. Definitely not a great idea to skip it, but you never know.
Yeah, especially since you've decided to pass up on 7 items in South Shore to come up here and do a crystal dungeon.
Correct.
Duck didn't even check the map chest, which didn't matter. It was a compass, but interesting.
Wait, he didn't?
No, he just opened it.
Oh. I think when people get the big key first, I think that is actually a common thing to do. Just in case, because then if you do happen to have this situation where Tile Room could be an item, you're already kind of heading up this way anyways. That's actually something I've seen quite frequently.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, and then if it's an item, you can just bail out.
Yeah. Both the runners getting set up for the coffee break. If you hit this crystal switch and sit on sit on one of those pegs as it pops up, you end up with invulnerability frame and can just chill out and let these tiles run into you. And just a piece of heart in the basement, so nothing doing on the west side of Death Mountain, unfortunately, for our runners.
But we did get a crystal done, so
did get a crystal done.
Yeah, so it's always a good thing. Can't say it was a waste of time. All right, both these runners going to be heading down to the South Shore, get a plethora of items here. 2 from the dam, 5 from Mini Moldworm Cave, and then if they choose to go to Ice Rod Cave, that is there as well. I know a lot of runners like to wait. I am runners, hello, for boots or a flute, just to kind of make that trip a little easier. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any diversions too. I know some runners like to go from the dam over to Agahnim Cave so that check doesn't get isolated totally.
That check has been a hot spot lately too.
It has been.
It has been
items all the time.
Yeah, I started going over there pretty frequently. I was like, I need to go over there, especially with flute. If I got flute, that was one of the first places I checked. I had fire rod there twice in a row, and that cave.
And we are seeing the split. WallKicks is going to head over and do Moldworm, and apathyduck is going to check out Agahnim Cave. I don't know if you were watching any of last night's race, but WallKicks was a very, very thorough in last night's race. That helped him get the victory. This is interesting divergence here.
Gonna be checking the desert ledge first, just to take a little peek. We find Quake from the guy. There's a sword. That is our third and final sword of the seed, most likely. It may turn into 20 rupees later, but as of right now, it is our third sword. All right, I have faith. I have faith in the cave. We do see Wally heading over to Ice Rod Cave. So 2 completely opposite-sided caves. Will one of them have something? Probably. Not Agahnim.
No, just some blueberries in Agahnim's cave. Let's see what Ice Rod Cave has for WallKicks. After this, all we have left is a jaunt over to Sarassal's Hut and Eastern Palace.
I think that is what Duck... Yeah, this is what I would do if I was Duck as well. Just head over here, which may end up being a good thing if nothing is here in Ice Cave. Ooh. Flippers.
That's not the worst thing to find there for apathyduck. He's probably going to be enticed to do a fake flipper at some point. And still has South Shore to check, so there's no reason for him to not walk over to Ice Rock Cave and find those flippers if he was going to plan a fake flipper anyway. So
yeah, it's just interesting. Definitely interesting here.
It does give us a few more options as to where our progression is going to be.
Yep, Wally definitely has enough money for the King Zora. So another heart piece or heart container that we are just getting tempted by but cannot touch. You can look, you can't touch. Both the runners rocking 5 hearts. All right, yeah. Duck opting not to go into Eastern Palace now is going to do South Shore, grab his flippers, and hopefully there's something here. Otherwise, he's going to be heading back into Eastern Palace.
Our man under the bridge, saving money for a nice fancy lunch, and WallKicks is just taking that money from him.
I mean, what is the price of friendship, James?
Apparently 20 rupees.
Maybe that guy just really wanted a friend. He's down there all lonely. You gotta feel bad for him.
Do you feel bad for him, or do you appreciate the freedom of his lifestyle?
Maybe a little bit of both.
All right, we're gonna take a look at Waterfall Cave here for WallKicks. 2 items here, and then 2 items in the Zora area.
We also do have a Moon Pearl. It doesn't really do much right now.
Moon Pearl does give us access to Dark World through Aghanim's tower.
It does.
I mean, it could have gone there anyways, but now you'll be able to do at least the pod area. And Catfish. That's all they can get to at this point.
Yeah. Well, we also, getting the bottles, we do have Sick Kid open as well. So that is an option. But this might be looking like an Agaseed. Me personally, I would check out Eastern Palace before committing to Aga Tower. That's just something I like doing. You really kick yourself if you do find that hammer, especially because it's only 1 item. It does get a little spooky. It's one of those things where you can just make the wrong decision and you can't really do much about it.
Yeah, with being 1 item away, either that second pair of gloves or a hammer from Dark World access outside of Aghanim's tower. It's going to be hard for runners to not take that Eastern Palace climb, but WallKicks is saying forget about it.
Yep.
I can just check Eastern Palace after I get done with Aghanim's tower and walk over there. I've got a mirror, so I'm going to make the climb right now.
If I had boots, I would probably be more inclined. But without boots, it's just you're walking through that tower. It's a commitment for sure. So we'll see. We'll see if maybe Duck will do the same thing. It's definitely by no means a bad play. I think it's a smart play, if anything. I just like being thorough and double checking and making sure I'm not getting baited into something that I didn't actually have to do, because I've been burned by that before.
Yeah, I think if Eastern Palace was full clearable at this point, you might see WallKicks go that direction instead of making this climb. But only being guaranteed 2 items out of Eastern Palace, it's hard to justify doing that when you can just mirror over there. That's the area you can get to anyways. So
yeah, I think the mirror is definitely helping this decision here. All right, we'll see what Duck does. He's going to be getting a fun little trade here. 500 bucks for 20 bucks. I think that's a decent trade.
What is the cost of friendship? Apparently it's 500 rupees.
Well, he's a king. He lives luxuriously. All right.
Duck grabbing a heart. That tells me he's heading up the tower as well.
Yep. All right. I think, yeah. I think with that mirror, I think that is a very fair thing.
Yeah, and Duck had even less incentive. WallKicks still had Strasso's Closet, which we know just contains more investment. And Duck, whoa, interesting.
Interesting. All right.
Duck is going to make the Eastern play. This is interesting.
So, the thing with Wally is because he hadn't done Saha's Closet yet, that is another thing he can mirror and check after Aga Tower is done. And he is definitely blasting through this. Like, he is almost at the top. So. Where are you going, Duck? Huh? Did he not do the
I don't think he did
the bridge?
I don't think he did the man under the bridge, which is not gonna be what he wants. And there's no real way back out of here. This is just gonna be another forced save and quit.
He just really wanted friendship. I understand. There's your friendship, Duck. Okay. Now I'm wondering if he's gonna go back to go up the mountain or go up the tower, or if he's just gonna commit to being thorough here. He's grabbing a heart. I think he's going up the tower. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's interesting because there is a spot that you can mirror to right outside of Aga Tower, pretty much.
So you just get the hobo on the way back.
Exactly. So I'm a little curious why he didn't do that, but maybe just, you're in the middle of a race. It's very hard to not I don't know. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, when you're in a race,
a lot of muscle memory, a lot of you're just like, oh, I didn't do this, I need to do this, forgetting that it's actually easier to get there from the dark world than it is to get there from the light world.
Yeah,
so WallKicks in the Agahnim fight now, getting some blue ball action. Not going to be a free and clear fight.
Luckily, Duck will have the exact same RNG. That was a change they made quite a while ago, where you don't have to worry about your opponent getting a better RNG than you. And that same goes with Ganon warps and a whole bunch of RNG factors with this game. It's very nice.
Yeah. All the bosses have have the same movement pattern for the first fight you fight them in a given seed. Mostly this fight, Ganon and maybe Mothula are the three fights that are most important to have that RNG on.
All right, Agahnim is down. We're gonna take a look at this dark world, see what we're gonna find. Wally gonna do a nice clean swoop of the pyramid into the Saha area. See what we find. More 20 bucks. Big chilling up on the pyramid. So that is not the answer. I'm feeling the hammer and pod personally. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Wally opted to go to catfish first.
This makes sense. Not sure why he's going this way. I don't think this is actually faster.
I just wanted to go for a dip. Maybe it's hot in the dark world today. Maybe he just needed to
Maybe it is.
Yeah. Duck making his way through Aga Tower into Circle of Pots, getting the right guard attracted to him. He's slowly. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, a bit uncooperative, that one guard on the outside. If it goes up and down, you're gonna have a great time. If it goes left and right, less so.
And it's hard when you're in a situation like this. It's very hard to get back into NMG mode, I guess is what I'll put it. When you're doing NMG, it's kind of, you do things and you know how you're doing them. When rando happens, you're like going from, Eastern Palace into pod, and it's very hard to keep your brain doing the right thing.
Yeah, for sure. WallKicks taking advantage of the fact that now that he's beaten Agahnim, and now that he has a mirror in his inventory, that save and quit from the Dark World takes you right back to the pyramid. So gets to check Catfish and then come right back to this area to go over to Pod. And like you're saying, there's that little dock down there just before the peg bridge where you can just hop down and check Hobo from the other side.
Yeah, hindsight though, it's one of those things. He might walk by and be like, "Oh man, I could have done that." I've done that plenty of times.
Definitely.
We'll see.
If we had no glove, I think there would have been a chance that we just head up to Agahnem's tower even after finding just the flippers and doing all those checks after you go to the Dark World.
Oh, for sure. Okay. Like I said, Wally had the mirror, so he's able to plop this check right into going into Pod. Not going to get anything, but definitely a wise routing decision on his part.
And our runners do have a potion in one of their bottles, so we will get to see we'll likely see them break into the bow lock side of Pod here.
Yeah, that potion they got was very, very helpful for that situation. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a key in the first chest regardless, but yeah, being able to check those extra 2 checks, you never know. That could be where something fun could be. You can find the hook shot or the ice rod. You never know.
First check for WallKicks heading into the Shooter Reuben Pod, while Duck's going to head over to Catfish and get some disappointment. There is that small key.
Catfish, when you do Aga, is actually not as bad in other situations. That Ropa got so close to Duck's face. That was scary.
No, it works out.
It's not as bad. You can do a little save and quit and then just head right back to Pod. So it actually works out quite nice.
Yeah, it works out really well. I didn't catch what was on the bridge for WallKicks. Not a key, so he's going to have to drop down here.
Yeah, he's probably, yep, he's gonna break into the bow locked area. He's gonna want to take some damage, so that way he can use his potion, because I'm pretty sure he just has a red one. So.
Thankfully, there are 3 enemies here happy to deal a little bit of damage to you.
Oh yeah, they're just right in your way.
It's like, sup, buddy? All right, you crack your potion, you hug the right wall, you head into this room, and suddenly the camera is no longer attached to you. And then you scroll your enemies off the screen, and the door opens.
Yeah, it looks a lot more complex than it actually is. It's very, very simple to maneuver. It's
you don't even need to do the whole scroll the enemies off the screen thing. You just need to make sure that red guard is off the screen, so then you can just kill the green guards if you want, or the green mimics.
Just grabbing a cape. So depending on what's on bumper ledge, that could or could not be something interesting.
Yeah, don't need it for Spike Cave. We already had the Caden Burna. So nothing terribly valuable on the Bowlock side. Let's see what's going on in the back here.
Duck really did not want to go into Potter Eastern. Just was not having it. Went to go check that shovel item, which I didn't even notice he didn't check after Maze Race. But I think maybe he's accepting it now. Maybe he just wants to go into Eastern. I'm not quite sure. Nice hammer up from Wally. Not finding anything of too much importance, so maybe Eastern is the answer here. Maybe this is a big brain play on Duck's part.
There's a fire rod. That is definitely a required item. Doesn't open up any new locations as of yet.
This is very interesting. That's what I'm gonna call it. Interesting. This is very interesting.
And Duck is going straight to Eastern Palace. Doesn't have a portal, so won't be able to go to Pod. Let's see what we got in the darkness. We got 1 key. Do we have a second key? We do have a second key.
I think that's the last key right there.
Yeah, so there's something in Harmless Hellway as well. There's a book.
Oh boy.
The book will take you to desert.
Sure will. And that'll be a third sword. So we will be getting that sword on the desert ledge.
So Pod has the fire rod and nothing else. A cape which does open one location, but fire rod for known progression. And WallKicks is going to hop right into Eastern.
This actually worked out very well for Duck, because now he's not going to be, unless he gets the hammer, tempted into Pod. So this might actually work out pretty well for him. He'll hopefully be able to just single dip Pod.
Now here's the problem, though. Pod is a pendant.
Oh, maybe he just won't go in there at all.
And it does have that required fire rod. So isolating Pod may end up hurting apathyduck at some point here. We'll see.
I mean, he has to come back, assuming there's no bow in here. He has to come back to do Eastern anyways, so there is a chance.
Yes.
You're saying there's a chance. Anything else in here? We got a big key, so we'll be able to check the big chest on the first way through. Don't have to do a loop-de-loop. I'm still wondering if a hammer or another glove is going to show up and just be like, haha, wasn't an Agaseed. Gotcha.
So far, it looks like that's going to be the case, that this isn't an Agaseed with nothing in Pod. Hookshot would give us access to all of the west side of the Dark World with the equipment that we have. That's about the only thing that's going to keep this from being
a fake Agaseed.
A fake Agaseed.
Yeah. Oh, Rando. You're so cute. Alright, see what's in this big chest. Or the big key chest, pardon me. And there it is.
There is that the fake Agahnim seed with mitts in the back of Eastern Palace.
Pain. Yeah, that's why I don't like doing Aga. The game does this to you. I mean, luckily they both did it. Luckily they both took the bait. But you hate seeing that. That's just a kick in the you-know-where.
To be fair, there is still a scenario where Agahnim is still required. That hammer could still be in the pyramid.
Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that. No, the hammer's not. No, we're not talking about that. We're not. Nope. I refuse.
We are going to get some major divergence here, though, as both the runners are heading over to the Dark World through the portal outside Kakariko. WallKicks does have this fire rod. Is going to put Skull Woods down while he's here.
Yeah, that's definitely a benefit to him popping it into Pod. We also, without that hammer, are isolating a chest in Thieves Town. Hopefully, the key is either locked in the big chest or it's just a map or a compass. That's kind of what you have to hope for when you go in here. Duck obviously going to check a couple more places here on the off chance that he does find a hammer before heading in there.
Yeah, some runners, there's a bow, so have to get your mitts in Eastern Palace to head over to Thieves Town area, get your bow to go back. It's Rando doing Rando things, but I know some runners are kind of biased against even going into Thieves Town or doing anything past the first 4 if they don't have a hammer. It's a crystal, so if you're going in, you're doing the whole thing. But I know some runners will put it off.
Duck opted to do the smithy sequence as well. With the mirror, I think that's a decent decision here.
Yeah, I'm probably going to give up on purple chest to do powder instead.
Yep. Meanwhile, Wally making his way through Schoolwoods. Haven't seen if he's gotten anything too fun yet. Doesn't look like he has.
Just a small key so far. Looks like he cleared the front out too. Because otherwise he would have grabbed that key pot key. Oh, let me grab it on the way back. You may be doing front to back.
Yeah, I didn't see him do the front, so I think he just did the big key chest.
Yeah, so doing it back to front. Grab the big key chest, come back, kill your moth, get your bridge chest, and then head back to the front. Which makes a lot of sense if you're also going to loop this in with Thieves Town and a bumper ledge check.
All right. See what Smithy has for us today. As we see Wally heading into Moth, has that half magic, so this fight should be pretty simple. And Master Sword does a decent amount of damage to him as well, so this fight isn't too terribly bad. Just depends on how he decides to be. And Wally luckily has a decent amount of health, can take a couple hits. Yeah, there it goes.
Well done. It's a fight that if it starts getting away from you, it can just keep getting away from you. But WallKicks doing a really good job of keeping in control of that fight there.
Oh yeah, okay. Duck just not wanting anything to do with Thieves Town. See, something I wouldn't do. I would just go right in. Would not care. Wondering how.
I think this makes sense actually from Duck's perspective.
No, I do too, 100%. I'm just wondering if he'll opt to. I don't know. I'm just trying to wonder how he's going to get over to Pod and Eastern, if he's going to go over to Pod and Eastern, because he does have that bow now, and I'm wondering if that's in the back of his mind at all.
I mean, you just save and quit. You've got Agahnim, you got the mirror. You just save and quit. It works out really well. And there's the hook shot on Old Stumpy.
Perfect. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you're a true connoisseur, you hop in the water and swim up there. But
yeah, I don't know. It's the save and quit is one of those things that I forget on both ends, when I can use it to my advantage and when it is not my advantage and I accidentally do it.
I can tell you so many times that I have save and quit and just headed back to the
oh my goodness. Well, I know how he's gonna get to Pod now.
Hammer and purple chest. We're gonna get a look at Bombo's tablet here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Duck just keeps walking over to Desert at this point.
Yeah,
I guess Desert is a pendant. Maybe not.
There is a sword over there, so maybe he'll be like, I just want to get the sword and get out of here. Maybe he'll at least check and see if it's like boots locked or what's going on over there. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Not even gonna try. Just head back.
Don't blame him. It's interesting because he won't even go to the desert ledge, most likely, because Meyer's a pendant as well. So there's kind of no reason for him to head over there that way too. So.
Yeah, I would guess if he ever finds boots, he might head over just to grab the sword. But both these runners are very confident in their abilities.
Yeah, with the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you know where it is, it does save time by a lot, especially silverless. Like if you find a flute, that's absolutely something that I would go out of my way to get.
Yeah, if you have a flute, it's a very quick move over to get that sword, get that amount off Desert Ledge and get back into the game.
So meanwhile, it looks like Wally out of Skull Woods went up north. Very typical play after Skull Woods. Not gonna be. Oh yeah, he already did Catfish, so yeah, it makes sense that he'll just walk on back. Did we see what was on Bumper Ledge?
I did not see what was on Bumper Ledge.
Probably nothing good.
I would assume WallKicks would have grabbed it if it was something important. So.
Duck being smart in mirroring. Oh wait, no, he didn't do it at first, did he?
No, he definitely saved and quit and headed to the pyramid.
He could have just kept walking to Pod if he wanted to do that. So I'm wondering what he's about to do here. Maybe go. I don't know.
Oh no! Now he's going to Thieves Town.
Okay.
Now we got a hammer. We're going to Thieves Town.
Got it. Well, he turning in that bottle to Sick Kid. Kind of forgot he was Guy.
Yeah, I don't think Duck did that either while he was over here.
Not important.
Just another fancy lunch in Link's wallet.
He has 690 bucks. That's a lot of fancy lunches.
So when you can expense it out to Zelda, you'll buy whatever you want.
You get all this money for free, and then you expense it out to Zelda. It's getting robbed. Wonder if yeah, I think Wally's gonna, well, maybe not. I didn't know he hadn't done chess game yet.
Yeah, you may hop in after this. You get a big key in the first chest. The hammer being where it's at isn't going to matter a whole lot unless there's something buried in the big chest here in Thieves Town. Because I imagine WallKicks is going to do that. There's an ice rod in the second chest. We need that one. But I imagine Wally's going to do the smith chain after getting done here.
Hey, James?
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure that once Duck gets the fire rod, he's in go mode.
We got a hook shot. We got a hammer. We don't know what the Turtle Rock medallion is yet.
The medallion.
So we may be on a medallion hunt this seed. But yes, everything else that is needed to beat this seed, potentially boots. There is a 5% chance we might need boots, and we always want boots.
Yeah, and then Wally just needs that hammer. So this is quite interesting. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, Wally needs that hook shot and the hammer, and he'll find both of those doing the smith chain.
Yeah. Man, I almost want there to be a medallion hunt.
So, if Wally does what he thinks he's going to do and goes and takes care of smith chain, there's a chance he leaves that chest behind and just does powder. That is the one thing that could be a difference.
Yeah.
But this fire rod is very, very far away from apathyduck right now. It's got a lot.
Yeah, he has a lot of crystal dungeons that he's going to be tempted to do instead of going into pod. Why would you go into pod when you can do, Swamp Palace? You can do Skull Woods. You can do Ice Palace. That's a lot of dungeons that potentially, depending on when Wally finds his stuff, he will be go moding. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, can't quite do Ice Palace yet for apathyduck. Does need either the fire rod or a bombos medallion. But
that's true.
Worst case scenario is bombos medallion is in here, and that opens that path up as well.
Got ahead of myself with the ice rod, or with the Ice Palace. My brain it's way past my bedtime.
There are a lot of things for Duck to do that don't involve going into pendant pod.
We do also always have the possibility of the big key in GT being on the torch.
Yeah, and those boots may be required, but with Desert being a pendant, that leaves just that one chance. No small key yet, so no access to that big chest yet. One more chance.
Yeah, that might work out really, really well for Wally. If there's no small key, then you have no worries.
Chat pointing out that WallKicks has missed a very important part of this dungeon.
Oh, no.
WallKicks did not blow up the ceiling.
Oh, man. You can't uncover the maiden's disguise like that, Wally. No. There was a key. Duck deciding... Oh, I think maybe there was a map and a compass missing.
Yeah, I think we're at this point.
Yeah, so. Okay. So Wally's safe regardless. Oh man, that is stinky. That is a big, you have to walk all the way back.
Yeah, there's no shortcut back upstairs.
Oh, that sucks. I don't want to watch. I can't look. Oh no. My heart is so sad for him. Anyways, Duck beat the guy. Yay.
apathyduck read the script, figured out Blind's plan. Is rewarded with his second crystal seed. Meanwhile, WallKicks is really in it now. I think he has to mirror at this point. Oh no, you can okay.
Yeah,
you can peek through here. Okay,
yeah, you can do a little loop-de-loop. But it's still
at this point, I've probably mirrored and really messed myself up. So I forgot you can sneak in that way. But
it's still just like you're all over the place. All right, here we are at Hammer Pegs. Let's see what we find here. Gotta do it the slow way because you don't have the boots. Duck, that is rude. Duck, what the heck are you doing? Why? That's just what's wrong with you? Jeez.
Duck is having a moment.
Oh my gosh.
Singing the song as people, which
someone
is
call the authorities. This man's over here abusing
the Cuckoo Bop.
The Cuckoo Bop. Oh my gosh, they deserved better. Oh my goodness.
Trying to play Marin's lullaby on the Cuckoos here.
Marin's lullaby. Alright, up the mountain with Duck. We're gonna find out what that medallion is. This is gonna be very important. This is a lot of checks for Duck, and unfortunately, none of them are gonna be the fire rod. But the information of the medallion is very good.
I think Wally died trying to get back to the maiden, or trying to get back upstairs because he had to go back downstairs and grab the maiden. Either that or hit a.
Oh no, she can't. She doesn't go with you. Is the issue?
Oh, she doesn't go upstairs.
Mm-mm.
So you do have to just.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you just have to go back. It's weird.
It's really a punishment for getting that.
Upstairs is too bright. The developers actually thought of the fact that there is light upstairs, so you can't spawn blind upstairs if you put her in the light. That makes sense.
I kind of want to bust out the US version of this and see what dialogue happens at that point.
I don't know. Is there dialogue when you try and bring her up there?
I don't know. There's a flute. That's going to take Duck a little further out of the way. We'll give him access to that tempered sword in a timely manner.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely saves time. You see a cute little bomb jump here from Duck. Nice and simple setup.
Yeah, this one is almost free. The game kind of glues you to the location you need to be to do that bomb jump if you're at the right place vertically.
Yeah, okay, so you say almost free.
I said almost free.
You say almost free, but I have fallen there. I just hover that gap if I have boots. I don't bomb jump it if I don't have to. That thing messes me up sometimes. What was that? That looked weird. I couldn't tell what that was.
Yeah, I didn't see what was on floating around out there. We'll see if Duck goes for it.
Silvers? But wouldn't it just show up as $20?
I think that items that are out in the open show up as their items that they are, but when you grab them, they just turn into 20s. So
I probably knew that, but forgot. Weird.
As we suspected, WallKicks is... Well, no, he's not going to do the Smith Chain. He's just going to go grab Stumpy here, and K45. He's going to get his hook shot, but that's going to leave that hammer out of place, and that's probably going to draw WallKicks up to either Swamp or up the mountain.
I hope it doesn't draw him to Swamp without a hammer.
Without a hammer, yeah.
I hope not. I would be shaking my head if that was a decision he made. Yeah, getting his hook shot from Stumpy will probably, if I had to guess, would go back and maybe finish up Eastern. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, still has a hype cave to look at here. Nothing in that though. But yeah, I would assume we'd head over to Eastern and then may head up the mountain after that. So this is going to draw him away from that hammer for a while.
Also, well, actually, no. Without the hammer, yeah. I mean, eventually he's got... The thing with the hammer being missing is that does kind of wall you off from a lot of, at least dungeons. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, won't have Swamp beatable, won't have Ice Palace beatable, won't be able to get to Turtle Rock.
I'm concerned about him going into up the mountain, finding the flute, and kind of getting baited into a mire and desert situation.
Yeah, he didn't check pedestal while I was in Skull Woods though.
Is he getting a fairy, or is he actually trying to get these silvers?
He's gonna get
What?
I don't know what apathyduck's doing. But WallKicks is grabbing a big bomb.
What is he doing? Duck, what the heck? He really wants the fake silvers. Okay. Thanks, Duck. Thanks for showing us that 20 bucks exists. It's hard mode, by the way, guys. In case you wanted to know. All right, here we go. Is it going to be Ether or Quake? It is.
It is Quake. We have that one. We've had that one the whole game. So we are in no mode from our perspective.
Oh, I just realized they actually had the stuff to do Pyramid Fairy. I was wondering, for whatever reason, could not work out which ones were the good crystals. It's so small on the tracker.
Yeah, just Terra and Thieves Town, our first 2 crystals today. As Duck is going to open up Turtle Rock, might as well while you're here. May take a look at that first chest.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't at least pop in. Turtle Rock has been a place that has sometimes had things in that first chest. So, Wally going to be able to beat the dungeon while he's up here.
No, he's not. He doesn't have a hammer. He can't even get in.
Never mind. I'm talking shenanigans. I'm making sure you knew that. I knew that, obviously.
If WallKicks gets into Turtle Rock, we're going to have to call an admin.
Listen, you said the Swamp Palace thing. I did this.
Yeah.
We're even now. Oh. All right, yeah.
Big key to the first test. Duck is not going to get baited any further in here.
No, he will not. All right, probably going to do Spike Cave at this point, and then I want to know where Duck's going to go. Probably to turn in his flute. Be surprised if he didn't at least activate it. Especially without boots, having that little extra boost of speed is always a good thing. Gonna check Ether Tablet while he's up here as well.
Yeah, this is pretty smart. You get to check your Ether Tablet, then if you want to do Spike Caving, just drop down here. You're not going to have to deal with all of these Lionels. I've done everything else on Death Mountain you can, so no reason to go back to your portal.
Just 50 bucks. Okay, well then also, what is Wally going to do after he's done with all this? I have so many questions. I think activating the flute and probably going into the desert area is in the cards here.
There's a chance that the flute brings WallKicks back to that Smith chain. There's a chance that happens. But like you said, it's also equally likely to just sends him over to desert and mire. There's several items that are available between those 2 dungeons.
Wally did check Sick Kid. He just had 20 bucks. Robbing everyone of their lunch money today. All right, Duck. What are you doing? What's going on? We going to pod? No? All right.
No, we're saving and quitting and turning that flute.
Yeah. I thought maybe it would be a fun little play. I don't know. Yeah, I'd guess that maybe a swamp play might happen first. That might be unfortunate. As you can go mode that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the play that makes the most sense from Duck's perspective.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he hasn't found Bombos yet, so he's not gonna get pulled into Ice Palace after that. We'll see if Swamp provides, quote unquote.
Provides. Yep, just keep clicking. Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, it did that silly thing where you have to actually go into your menu to turn on the flute.
Yeah, can you not left right it when it's not activated?
No, it just stays as whatever the last thing you clicked it as. So if it's the shovel, when you cycle through, it's a shovel.
But you can actually hit left and right at the same time, and it flips through that cycle.
Does it?
On powder and mushroom and on flute and shovel, it should cycle through the other item.
That shows how often I play and like to play with Quick Swap. I did not know that. That is new information. You learn something new every time.
Every time.
Can you believe these people let me commentate?
It took me a while to actually learn it. I learned it by accident. I hit both buttons and it swapped. And I'm like,
what? How did that happen?
Duck heading into my area is going to grab this sword. We'll see what else he wants to do here. Check out Meyer Shed.
That's good. That's great. You'll love to see that. Don't get baited into Meyer unless we get it right here. Oh, well.
There's your other tempered sword in Meyer Shed.
Cute.
We'll see if Duck mirrors over and tries to grab the fourth sword now. Go with the silvers.
Oh my gosh. He may. Knowing Duck, he may.
All right, no key under the doormat for Meyer today.
All right, go to Pod Duck, do the thing. No, it's going to Swamp.
Yeah, it's going to Swamp. This makes the most sense.
Yeah. All right, Wally. Luckily can't do Meyer. Hey, look, Wally, it's a sword. I bet you're gonna get that.
One way or another.
I wonder if he's actually going to pick that up before getting the other one. And then he'll never know. I would actually probably maybe bet on him grabbing that one first. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I would grab the Meyer Shed items.
I usually do, but I don't know. If I see a sword, I'm like, ooh, shiny. Okay, yeah, he's going to get the other sword. Have a little giggle. LOL.
We're getting to the point in this in these hard mode seeds where our runners are going to see a lot of green 20s coming up. WallKicks on 11 hearts. apathyduck's only on 9. It looks like
he could have been on 10. He
definitely chose to be on 9.
Yeah, he definitely chose to be on 9. There's one right here in Checkerboard Cave, so Wally's going to be on 12. So way to go, Duck. Who needs those hearts? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Wally doesn't want it either. With 11, I can understand. 9, I don't know. A couple things can hurt you.
Yeah, 9 makes Ganon interesting.
Yeah.
Wally's gonna do the desert dip.
Yeah, I think when it comes to doing a desert dip and doing a non-go-moded Swamp Palace, I think maybe Wally's is going to take a little less time.
Yeah, Wally's going to run out of options much sooner, too, as we see just a map on the torch, so this dungeon will be completable. Yeah. Having a small key on that torch would have actually been a good thing in this case. Who knows? Maybe there's something fun in here. Maybe boots are in here. You gotta think like that sometimes. What if boots are in here? What if boots are in a full cleared swamp, left side swamp? Things like that can happen. You don't want it to happen, but it can. You absolutely don't want it to happen, but it can. It can definitely happen in that way. One very good thing from WallKicks' perspective, and maybe a less good thing from Duck's perspective, the hammer can't be on pedestal because pod is a crystal, or pod is a pendant. The fire rod can be on pedestal from Duck's perspective. Yeah, but if he went into pod, he'll get it. But that may incentivize him to clear a dungeon he doesn't need to. Well, right now, that would only be desert. He can't get into Meyer, and as far as we know, Bombos is God knows where. Bombos is hopefully on Planet ZB's along with like, we're hoping that's nowhere near. All right, we're going to see a fun little thing we call Diver down here. Duck's going to place that Samaria block, kind of push. What? Okay, he's being a little... Okay, he decided... Okay, never mind. He faked me out. He's going to place a bomb and then bomb himself into that rail. He threw me off, man.
I was ready to explain the Samaria setup, and then just pulled out his bombs. Anyways, you can do it with bombs or Samaria there. Maybe he's a little more confident with bombs.
Yeah, you can do it with Samaria in like 2 different ways too. One where you hop in the water and one where you just don't even hop in the water.
Yeah, I don't do it with the hop in the water. You kind of push it into the corner and then do a little pause buffer thing, and then you can just kind of sidle on through.
Yeah, much like Harry Potter, everyone has their own setup and does it their own way. And then if they ever get in a situation where they have to do it some other way, they panic.
The rando special is panic. Alright, Lamo's down, and Argus is getting taken down. Wally, unfortunately, not finding anything, getting rewarded with a blue pendant. Duck making quick work of Argus here. Not having a fire rod, gonna have to use the ice rod. Not very commonly seen. Okay, or not using the ice rod, just, you know, taking it out to kind of intimidate Argus. And look what I got!
And I don't think Duck checked left side, so we'll see if he goes back in.
I hope he doesn't. But he may. I'm not sure. Unless boots are there, in which case I hope he goes. Okay, yeah, he's going back in. Alright. Wally slowly running out of things to do. So might be starting to get pushed into that smithy chain.
Yeah, Eastern Palace has 1 item left. WallKicks has already, both the runners have already been in there. Pod can't do it without the hammer. It only has that 1 check left. Literally just has first chest of
Oh no!
East Palace, which is where he's headed.
Yeah. Well, and depending on key logic, he can get a little further too. He's got quite a bit of checks to do here, and without the hammer, this routing can be a little funky. Aw, that sucks.
Yeah, without a hammer, he's going to have to hope for a key in one of these first 2 chests after doing an icebreaker. He's going to have to go back in and bomb jump to get everything else. I think you do icebreaker, and if you don't find a key, you might just give up and go somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess icebreaker exists. It's not horrible. Yeah,
No
just
key
gonna
here.
come up with the first one. So Duck full clearing swamp, which Wally will be able to go mode, and then Wally doing stuff in Ice Palace. I don't know about a full clear, but definitely spending some time in here. So kind of even in the in that aspect of doing a dungeon that the other will be able to go mode.
So no key in these first 2 chests. So WallKicks is done on this route. Can't really do anything else here. He's going to find a 1-way door after this room. We'll get this 1 last chest. It has a big key. So nothing more here. We'll see if he goes back in and does a bomb jump to he's going to keep at it.
Never give up. All right. Duck finding the big key on left side swamp, so is going to have to do a little bit of backtracking here to get back to that item. Assuming it's not a map, yeah.
1 item left in the dungeon, and it's in the big chest and big keys on left side. You're having a bad day.
Yeah, this is a rare situation where both these runners are having unfortunate things happening, but in different ways. All right, let's see what we got here. Just a heart piece. I'm gonna be very intrigued to see if Duck decides to pop into pod at all. He's gonna do Pyramid Fairy now.
Yep. That might take him over to the pod after this.
Possibly. I could see it. So we might be seeing Might be seeing a fire rod soon. Wally being smart and knowing that he doesn't have the hammer, doesn't need to do a bomb jump. Some people, me, tend to forget.
Yeah, so on Duck's side, can't get into ice. Can't do anything more in Turtle Rock. Can't get into mire. Running out of things to do other than desert and that eastern pod combo. After this big bomb, this Pyramid Fairy. Two more checks for WallKicks here in Ice Palace. We're going to see what's in the big chest, and then Ice Tea will be it.
All right. Duck walking out, so I think he is on his way to a pod. He's not on his way to a pod Eastern combo. He's on his way to somewhere else.
Might sleep pod. I think it's faster to flute over there.
Yeah, maybe just fluting to 5. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm wondering, okay, I didn't know if he was just going to go straight into Eastern or if he was going to take the warp. So yeah, this is good news for Duck. I do believe he is on the right track now. We'll see if Wally remembers the smithy here. This actually might end up being close. No, he's going to Eastern.
He's going to finish up Eastern.
Yeah.
Duck will likely... I would probably finish Eastern before hopping into pod. But it doesn't really matter. You're going to get both those things done while you're over here.
Yeah.
So, Duck is well on his way to finding the last piece of his puzzle. WallKicks... This is not looking good for him right now.
There's still, there's still possibilities. Anything can happen. One little execution mistake can really turn the tables. But yeah, right now things are definitely looking in Duck's favor. Still absolutely has to go through pod though, so there's that. Because the fire rod isn't until Dark Maze, which tends to be one of the last things people do. Depends on key logic. In fact, yeah. I think Wally did the Dark Maze before doing the Rupee Room. So
yeah, Wally bombed over, which will make sense when Duck finds one small key on the right hand side and you just do a hammering up over to that side. Big key was in bridge chest, so we'll have to loop back around before doing that.
Yep.
Won't have to do for the fire rod, but we'll probably do it just to get access to the big chest before hopping over.
Yeah, fire rod is go mode for Duck, so in the right spot. Wally, unfortunately, has abandoned the purple chest, and purple chest claims another victim by having a hammer in it. So hopefully he heads over there soon. I have to imagine he is running pretty low on things to check and might just have to do it pretty soon here.
Yeah, I think that's all that's left after.
Yeah, I think this is
going to be heading over and do. But he's got to turn in the Smith first, so probably another couple minutes even after this.
There is also so he'll do Smithy, and he might actually do the Batman as well.
Yeah, which will require another flute and portal.
Yep. So we'll see what happens there. He may be thinking that it's in Batman at this point. I would be, for sure, knowing this game.
Oh, yeah. Hammer Magic Bat is a Link to the Past Randomizer classic.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. It's more common than you'd actually, think it would be. I'm surprised. These beetles giving Duck some, yeah. That can happen. That can definitely happen.
Not the worst thing in the world. It's not a huge time loss. Doesn't take much time at all to get back to that room, and the button switch will be back in the position where he wants it to be. Does have to burn a key, but it's not going to matter because the second he finds that fire rod, he's out of here.
Yep. All right, Wally is on his way. We'll see what he decides to do with with the Batman versus the purple chest. It's one of those 50-50 situations that you just love to see.
Yeah, there's no easy way around it with no boots and no hammer. Both those checks are going to take an enormous amount of time to get to the other one once you're done.
It looks like Duck was about to muscle memory hammer jump and then realized he didn't have a key. Wouldn't have mattered, but he doesn't know that. Gonna be very, very happy to see that fire rod soon, though. All right, let's see what Wally decides to do here. This is a pretty important decision. He is... Oh, I guess he can grab the purple chest and then just, do this. Never mind. I kind of forgot that you didn't have to.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, I thought that you had to choose, but I'm silly.
Does add a bit of time before resolution. If boots are here, this would be funny.
Yeah.
Who's ready for a good laugh?
They're gonna be just a few minutes apart with Go Mode, with Wally having an Eastern Palace under his belt, Duck having a Swamp Palace under his belt.
Did I say boots? I meant Blue Bee.
Oh, yeah. Very close. All right. And Duck has entered Go Mode officially. He's out of here. Just has a few dungeons. Oh, he also has Skullwood still to do.
Yeah, it still has Skullwoods to do. Does have Swamp Palace under his belt. Does have Eastern Palace as well. So WallKicks has two very quick dungeons in Swamp Palace and Ice Palace, and then they both have Turtle Rock.
I mean, Eastern and Skullwoods are pretty quick as well. This is very... Yeah, this is going to be tight. It's so hard to tell. We won't be able to tell until they're heading into Turtle Rock. So we just get to sit back, relax, and enjoy this gameplay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any real differences between the two runners at this point in terms of their inventory. I think Duck still has a potion, whereas Wally does not. He used the potion glitch in Pod.
Yeah, and then 2 hearts difference between the two. Or maybe just one now.
It's just one now, yeah.
It's just one now. So really, not that much of a difference. Wally forgetting to drain the swamp.
That's a difference.
That is a difference.
Duck also has 1 check done in Turtle Rock. So
yes, he gets that one check in Turtle Rock out of the way.
That's another 20 seconds right there.
That is true. Yeah, that 20
especially
seconds.
Especially without boots.
This game doesn't like boots anymore. I'm still on team should have been a boot start seed, because every seed I've seen has not had a nice place for boots. And that's just a shame, because boots are such a great item. Also, yes, Duck has 70 more rupees. Woohoo. Alright, Duck getting his first dungeon out of the way here. Having a uneventful Armos fight.
Very by the book, very practiced.
Mm-hmm. You can tell he's played this game before. Which is good. Yeah, good thing he had those silvers.
Duck will head over to Skullwoods Down, clean up that dungeon, and then head down to Ice Palace.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Wally might be heading into Ice Palace before Duck.
I believe so. They're going to be very close.
Yeah.
Wally's got a couple less rooms to deal with than Duck at this point. He's already through most of Swamp.
Hey, that's how you do the Smaria strat for that room. Wally looking for boots unsuccessful. I know. I'm disappointed too. I'm disappointed
I don't blame
too.
him one bit.
Yep. No, I would be on a hunt if I were him. I'd be checking every chest I came across. Apparently, except for that one. That one doesn't matter. It's fine. That doesn't have anything, but... Takes 3 seconds.
Maybe he was feeling a little bullied by the water bugs and
Maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight one. It really is. Wally heading into Argus. Duck right behind, about to drop into Mocula in a couple screens here. Argus can be a bit of a longer fight. Duck has got to kill the Gibdo. Got to wait for the fire to disappear. Yeah, this is definitely close. Wally having a perfect second phase of Argus, though. That was great.
Yeah, well executed second phase Argus. So Wally with crystal number 5 on his side. Duck just about here with crystal number 5 on his side. If there we go, Moth finally cooperates.
Yeah, Moth wasn't cooperating fully, but yeah, this is a good race. I'm glad that I'm glad that after everything, this is still a fun race. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this be a battle of execution. That's what you want with Rando, is, you know, when it's done being Rando, you get to see some good execution at the end of a race.
Yeah, just a reminder that both these runners, no matter what happens tonight, will still be involved in the tournament. It is a double elimination format, so even if apathyduck does not pull it out tonight, we got lots of race still to go. We'll have another round to play in at least. And if he wins tonight, we'll have a game 3 sometime soon. I don't think it's been shown up on the schedule yet, but...
Yeah, maybe that first check and Turtle Rock is gonna make a difference here.
It might actually do it.
Like, they're only, like, 2 screens apart. Oh, this room giving Duck a bit of trouble. Yeah, even just something as simple as, like, having a cleaner icebreaker could make all the difference. Yeah.
First try misses for Wally.
I guess it's the second try. Yeah, it's little things like that. Duck opting to hit the switch, as he should, because he has not checked any of the chests yet, so he will need to have that switch at his disposal. Wally, on the other hand, can just gloss on through. We'll be able to place a Samaria block onto the switch at the bottom right before Cold Stare.
Yep, Duck not wanting to hunt for that big key at all. We'll check those chest for boots. Only gets a map.
Having a beautiful icebreaker, though. That was very solid.
Yeah, it was very smooth. Duck gambling on a key here is going to end up having to go back upstairs because we know this is the big key.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of time given back.
I don't know why you wouldn't just grab that key. Maybe he wasn't thinking about it. In fact, you know, that's probably what happened. I've done that plenty of times. Might as well check this while he's over here. If this... Yep. Oh, wait, we know it's not Boots. I was going to say, if this is Boots... He had a little bit of a peg party there. Ooh, Wally using his beams to his disposal. So he will have massive amounts of Fire Rod energy to take down Cold Stare.
Yeah, I love that strat. If you can time your sword beam shots just after that Fire Rod hits, you can kind of duplicate the damage of the Fire Rod.
I had to do that in an MG race once. I'd not had enough magic, so I had to hover the Ice Palace palm jump and had to use sword beams to preserve magic. It was a mess.
Walling on crystal number 6 is going to head up to Turtle Rock, and it's going to have a little bit of a lead, probably a minute and a half. Chat asking what happens if we end up with a tied race. If we have a race that ends within 2 seconds of each other, they will run it back. We'll have a game 3 with a 1-0 score, and if Duck wins that, we'll go to a game 4. Let's see how Duck handles this Cold Stare fight. Full magic bard. Won't be able to duplicate those shots, but Duck with that NMG mastery is gonna make quick work of this Cold Stare, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. On top of having half magic, it is a quite a quick fight. Alright, down with his crystal number 6. Well, Wally is just outside Turtle Rock. Also has to open Turtle Rock. Duck will be able to, oh, I thought that dead rock was going to be mean. Duck gets to kind of take a shortcut up the mountain. Doesn't necessarily have to go through the light world, as Turtle Rock is already open, so I think it does save a little time to just go through the dark world up the mountain. He's deciding to go see the upgrade fairy because he wants more arrows. I guess.
I don't know about that one.
I
mean,
Ice Armos, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I maybe just making sure he doesn't run out of arrows. That's fair, I guess. I've ran out of arrows and I had to go on a digging adventure. Yeah, Duck has 6 arrows, but Wally has 5.
Yeah, Wally's just going to choose to probably grab the arrows in here.
Yeah.
Energy runners are used to having a very low arrow count coming in here. And Smart used the inventory here. WallKicks using that cane of burner to walk through those spike pillars.
Okay, I guess going through the Turtle Rock portal is much slower, or much faster. I don't know, I've heard it both ways, because you don't have to mess around with dead rocks this way. I don't know.
It is certainly closer when the in the air.
Yeah, see, dead rocks.
It is certainly closer in the air quick swap, where you can just swap from using the hook shot to clip through to back to the mirror, so you're not having to risk getting caught by that block. But it's still faster to go up from the light world, I think.
Yeah, they've got about, I'd say maybe 45 seconds of a difference right now. I don't know.
And probably a little bit more than that. Duck does only have to go to the torch room, but probably a minute or so as Wally powders a fairy and gets his health back.
Oh, bomb isn't going to do what you want it to do.
No.
Drop bombs off the side of the Smarty block. Can you even do that? Can you bomb things? I can't imagine you wouldn't be able to. You can use items well on the Samaria block.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it actually lands anywhere where you can pick it up. I can only imagine it does bad things to the game, because Samaria blocks only do bad things to the game.
I don't know. I think they do some pretty cool things.
Yeah, they do let you do a lot of unintended things, that's for sure.
All right, Wally gonna skip the big chest? Looks like he is.
Yeah, the big Q is in that first chest. We saw that when apathyduck was in here. So gonna skip that lava chest and also skip the big chest. There's a tiny chance that if both those chests have small keys, that WallKicks will be walking back over. But
correct.
The chances are very small.
They are small, but it is definitely a risk to be considered. It's not a full. Okay, everything's fine.
That takes care of that.
Everything's fine. Never mind. Ignore me.
We're not going to have to worry about locking ourselves out. We're not have to worry about laser bridge as well.
Yeah, he can just rock right to Trinex. So Wally definitely in a good place here. Oh, the Pokey deciding he wanted to come say hi. Yeah, where's he going? Come back here, you weirdo.
Just a manipulation to get closer to the door.
Yeah, clearly.
And this Pokey wants to party as well with WallKicks, but does avoid it. And
these Pokies are very needy today.
yeah, one Mario ride. Now we're gonna go face off against Trinex. Tempered Sword, half magic. Really not a worry here.
Yeah, just 5 slashes to each head will do it. Fire Rod does a minuscule amount of damage, so if he really wanted, he could just Fire Rod the heck out of it. But yeah, Tempered Slash is definitely a lot quicker.
And that is crystal number 7 for WallKicks once he gets done here.
We'll be heading into GT shortly. Do they still do the thing? Is that...
Do you like valuable internet points?
I love valuable internet points. I base my entire life around them.
Fantastic. Then I have an opportunity for you to win valuable internet points here on the SpeedGaming leaderboards.
Tell me more.
Oh, we play a game called the... And as you can see by chat throwing a bunch of numbers in the room, there are 22 locations where this big key can be located in Ganon's tower. If you guess correctly, and you're the first to guess right, you'll get a lot of internet ratings points. If you guess correctly and someone beats you to it, you'll still get some internet ratings points.
I messed up. I hit a 2 instead of a 1, so I did 22 instead of 12.
So you're rooting for Tile Room.
No, I wasn't. I wanted number 12. I always do number 12. Will it? I put 12 after. Does it overwrite? This is really important. I want my points.
I think it takes your first option.
No! Well, now I want it to be Tile Room. Alright, Duck taking down Trinex as Wally heads into GT. We still have a potential of a GT routing making a difference here.
Well, it's a big key on a torch.
That is also a possibility. I'm going to pretend like that doesn't exist.
We also have one other interesting thing. You'll see WallKicks' inventory contains 4 arrows, and there is an ice Armos that may be in the way.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Got bailed out.
14 is still not enough to kill all the ice Armoses, but it'll take care of most of the problem for you.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he can use sword beams. I would use sword beams.
One of our SpeedGaming admins, Drossi, helping you out here is saying it takes your last entry, so you are on 12 now.
Perfect. All right, and boots officially non-existent. Probably in Mire or in here. I don't know, somewhere we're most likely not getting them. Oh, that was number 4. Not looking to see if he gets boots, which is a that is a choice.
And Always Rain getting that key in first, getting that guess of number 4 in first, and picking up those valuable internet points. Stonewick's also getting them. Congratulations to you both. And now, just a matter of skill, just a matter of a few rooms that we call the Gauntlet. Coming up here in just a moment for WallKicks.
Oh no, they're the arrows. Oh, the arrows.
Yeah, a little bit of entry here. There is a 5 arrow pot if things get real bad for WallKicks there. May choose to take a little detour. I'm not sure.
This gauntlet, the gauntlet without boots, I refuse. I cannot stand it.
Gauntlet without boots on 3 hearts. I wouldn't. Oh, you can't actually take the detour without bomb jumping. That's really interesting.
Yeah. He might still do it. No, he's just going for it.
Nope. Ride or die.
Duck, look for the boots. Okay, never mind. Break my heart. Oh, wait. Oh. Come on. Come on, boots. Come on, boots. Never mind. All right. Well, he gets to skip killing a mini Helmasaur. But yeah, Wally definitely has a quite a few room lead here. But again, rocking 3 hearts, so definitely needs to be careful here.
Yeah, now we throw ice physics into the mix, as if those first 3 rooms weren't hard enough.
Ooh, it went through it very nicely.
Yeah,
though.
that was a very good Gauntlet 4.
Yeah, without boots, that room can get a little rough. I would be surprised if Wally decided not to powder this guy.
Yeah, not being able to dash into this room means it doesn't really matter when you get in there. You're still going to have a messed up spawn of these first two Lamolists, so...
Mimics are not being kind to our friends today. Ooh, nice little double kill there. That was spicy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I thought Duck got hit by that spike. I was convinced that spike was inside of his body.
It wanted to be, that is for sure. Duck
Luckily, Samaria...
Yeah, Duck kind of feeling the pressure here. Samaria, WallKicks takes out Wizrobe 1, no problem. Wizrobe 2, probably not going to be a problem.
Yeah, Samaria makes these rooms very, very simple.
Busting out the lamp to half magic, paying off dividends. Just kind of using whatever safeties you need to get through that room. Normally just dash through it and it's super easy, but not today.
Yeah, without boots, it's little rooms that were so simple turn into big headaches. So definitely using his resources wisely. Duck also having a good Gauntlet 4. Using the splash physics to his advantage on that Stalfos there.
Yeah, the Fire Rod has a very, very interesting hitbox.
It sure does.
As in, it makes no sense.
I mean, have you ever taken a rod that spews magical fire from it and tried hitting things with it?
No, but that sounds like a lot of fun.
I mean, so I think it makes perfect sense, honestly, the way that it works. Alright, Wally making it through past Moldorm 2. Duck heading into Wizrobes 1.
Just 2 boss fights standing between WallKicks and the win here, and getting ready for Agahnim 2. We'll see how good WallKicks is in geometry. Duck making a net check, no net, no check.
Ooh, getting a nice triple there. He was lined up very nice. Another good lineup here. Could be a double triple. No, got blue balled.
Would have been a triple, but yeah, that blue projectile. Nice 3-cycle though from WallKicks.
Yeah, 3-cycle. That never complain about that. Oh no. Oh, Duck.
Duck's gonna have to walk this one back around. No way he's getting down there in time.
Oh, he might be able to eke through. Ooh.
Oh.
That was. Yeah, as you can
the
see,
door closed right on him.
Yeah, I've had the door literally closed on my face before, but like I made it through still. It was like it chopped my butt off. So.
All right, so here we go.
That was definitely a close one. Yep.
WallKicks needs a clean Ganon here. A fall will put this race back into doubt.
Gonna get a nice 1-in-1 right here. Gonna use his hook shot to get some iframes to get in as many hits as possible. Yep, got a nice 1-in-1. 12 hits is all you need. Ganon's gonna warp around. All you need to do is hit him for this phase 3 once, 4 times.
Yeah, so far so good. And then we enter the spin cycle.
The spin cycle. The best cycle. Alright. Opted not to go for the free hit. Probably gonna go for the second one. No? Playing it safe.
That was really close to that fire bat there.
Yeah, playing it safe, but also almost getting knocked by the fire bat. Gonna get 2 hits here. Gonna switch to a fire rod. Gonna set himself up for some triples here. If you time it correctly, you can get 3 hits per fire rod shot.
Yeah, and if Ganon's friendly and spawns on this side, you can do it again really quickly. Wasn't in a good position. WallKicks wasn't to hit that torch. We'll just set up another triple here. Very clean execution, though, in this fight.
Yeah, just gonna need one more I think one more cycle. I haven't actually been counting. But one more round of triples should do the trick here.
I think it's 1 round and 1 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 more.
I think he's on 11 right now.
I think because he didn't get that free hit, yeah.
Yep.
I'm used to the free hit. All right, so GG's to WallKicks right as Duck is getting swooped away by the Duck. Gonna be entering the Ganon fight here very shortly, but it does look like Wally has eked out the win today.
Yeah, GG's to WallKicks, winning with an official time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, 54 seconds. Picking up win number 2 in this match, taking the match over apathyduck. Moving on to the winners final of Group H in the tournament. We'll keep it here with apathyduck's Ganon fight. Very nice 1-1 as well. That NMG practice really coming through.
Yeah, for sure. Oh. Did he miss a hit?
He may have missed a hit.
Gonna have to be careful here as these fire bats fly at his face. Ooh. Oh man.
Yeah, when this fight gets away from you, it gets away from you in a hurry, especially
It sure does.
when you are 1 hit away from death. Duck not taking any chances, cracking this potion.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't want to listen to the beeping. It's like, yeah, I get it. I know it. I'm dying. I want to hear it.
And if you didn't want to listen to beeping, why have the beeping at full speed?
God, there are people that have it at double speed, and I think they're just...
They're brave. They're very brave.
Brave is a word that I maybe wouldn't have used, but we'll allow it.
Nice triples here from Duck as well.
Yep. Gonna try and go for the spicy one. Yep. You'll love to see it. Feels good. You do some of that pumping tech there, gets you there a little quicker.
Well, Firebat ruining Duck's triple there, but one more cycle and 1 hit should take things on. That was the last hit, so get those GGs in chat for apathyduck as well. About to cross this bridge and finish out this match.
All right. GG's to Duck on a very close race. Very, very close. Very fun to watch.
Close one. And we have in chat right now in the booth WallKicks joining us. WallKicks, congratulations on another victory and picking up the match win.
Yeah, GG's to apathyduck. I think he's just joined us. Yeah, so yeah, GG's apathyduck. Close race, dude.
Duck, you alive there, buddy?
Yeah. You know, hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
We heard some rustling. What? All right. Good job, friends. I enjoyed it. I had fun. The only question I have is for Duck, and I just want to know why you grabbed the silvers.
Because I don't memorize every single one of the 8,000 modes this game has.
Right, fair enough.
It's hard not to pick those up. Like if you see them right in front of you, I would have done it had
they
I.
were
like,
so close. I was
blind-checked it.
99% sure there wasn't, but they were right there, and I was like, I'm not gonna lose by just 10 seconds.
you'd-
I was like, whatever. I didn't care.
I was just like, where's he going?
Yeah. I mean, literally everything that I did in the seed got nullified, like immediately. Like all the decisions I made was just like, no, like it just immediately afterwards, like that's not gonna matter because it's like I went to Agahnim and Desert, saw the sword, and like okay, that's cool. There's a temperature for me, but I was going over there because it's like it might be Zora because I'm running out of stuff to do, and like I don't like fake flipping without the moon pearl, right? So I was like, okay, well then let me clean out all my options first before I go over there. And it's like, oh, here's the flippers. And then like I was like, fine. When I got the flute, I was like, all right, let me go get this sword, and I'll even like check Desert because I'm gonna go over there, right? With this knowledge that I have from my earlier things, like, nope, the sword's in Mire. It's like, okay, cool. So all this stuff that I did, like any like small advantage I got, was just like, nope, doesn't matter. Sorry.
Yeah, we had a nice little chuckle when you saw Tempered Sword and Mire Shed as well.
I was not chuckling. There was things that were said that could not be repeated on stream. I mean, even if this wasn't hard, because who cares about Gold Sword?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, because, and I was like, I was gonna go in the desert because I'm like, I'm gonna get it. By the time I'm over there, right, I might as well check desert out, right? I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, but like, effectively 2 checks while I'm up there, and then the fact I got the sword, I was just like, well, there's no reason to do any of that now. So,
Yeah,
it was great.
Chat brings up another good point. I lied. There is something else I want to ask. Why did you abuse those poor chickens?
I mean, I had a joke that I'll have to tell you afterwards, but
Okay. All right, fine. That's fine with me. I just want you to know that I appreciated it. And by appreciated, I yelled at you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And not to be done with some late night rando WallKicks. What happened in Thieves Town?
I'm gonna have to check the VOD. I either didn't throw the bomb or left before the bomb exploded. I don't know which one.
Yeah, your movement when you got into the room and saw there was no light in the boss room was a reminder to us all.
And I mean, from there, it's like, okay, I've done Aga unnecessarily. I have now wasted 2 minutes in Thieves Town. I need to cut corners, which is this first thing when I'm cutting corners is no to the smith chain. So,
Yeah, it looked like things cascaded from there. It was not definitely not as thorough as last night's run.
No. Again, just some of the errors compounded, and you know, against someone who is as good as apathyduck, I was like, oh god, I gotta find a way to, you know, try to cut corners, save times. Unfortunately for me, cutting corners meant skipping my hammer. But I guess in the end it worked out, which
good news to be put in about like 100 air quotes there. Like, I mean, but like even seriously, like without the boots, it doesn't matter. Like any sort of like quote unquote speedrun advantage I have, if I don't have the boots, it doesn't matter. Like you're just walking everywhere. There's nothing, you know, it's there's all of the cool strats involve the boots. Cold Stare, boots, Trinex, boots, Argus, boots. Like,
Yeah, where the heck were they? I'm mad.
They're somewhere in GT, like we gotta be.
Meyer.
GT Meyer. Yeah, I mean, like the only thing, like I knew I was gonna be behind it. Then like in retrospect, not going into pod after doing the Aga fight just didn't make sense. Now that I think about it, I just like no bow, no hammer. I'm not thinking like a time to go into pod, like even with like that kind of play. And part of that's just because I don't play rando like that much. So those kind of, I mean, the same thing yesterday where I was like, I just didn't like link together that I should have gone into Hera. So that was, I mean, even if I made that Aga play, I mean, I still wouldn't have been happy where it's like Aga just didn't matter. But like I was talking to WallKicks about this, like you just had everything for Aga, and you had a Moon Pearl, so it wasn't even just Pyramid. And like, because like you made the play for Meyer yesterday, that was like 2 items versus like at that point you probably had like 10 or 15, right? This was 2 versus 3, right? And on top of that, you had the out that could have been like, oh, it's hook shot in there, which gives you the rest of Dark World access, right? Yeah. So you even had that back out, and I was like, no, it's just mitts. And I'm like, okay, cool. So and then like I have like. You probably save and quit to Dark World less than I did because every time.
Oh,
save and quit to Dark World, save and quit to Dark World. Like,
yeah, potentially, yeah. I'd have to go back. This will be an interesting one to look back on for sure.
Yeah.
I was very nice to the both of you. I said nice things about my 2 friends.
I believe it because you're on SpeedGaming.
I mean, this hasn't stopped me before, apparently.
Only when you're hungover. Very hungover.
That has never happened before. I've never commentated on New Year's Day, and things have never been said that were not lived down. I'm pure. Everything's great.
But yeah, I mean, even the because like what I was even thinking about doing the swamp mirror, and it was like the fact that I found like because I found like hookshot and hammer, and like I wasn't even gonna go into swamp at that point because I was like, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll go back to Thieves Town, get the red crystal, then do swamp, then do the pyramid fairy, and then Thieves Town gave me Ice Rod, which was potentially one from Go. So that's when I was like, well, I got to do Death Map. I mean, there's just a billion things up, and then it's like I got to figure out if Turtle Rock is Quake, and then of course I find Ether up there, which just didn't matter.
Sure.
So I did that, and just like it led me on this. So I basically did everything but, you know, go to pod. I mean, I guess I didn't waste too much time at that point. Because like I did swamp. I guess the main thing is you were able to save like left side swamp.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to go
which is
mode
the
swamp
difference,
entirely.
right? That's a 3 minute. That's a 3 minute dip. So I guess that was left side swamp was probably the big thing for my routing. I mean, theoretically, if I got that fire rod early, like I probably do the same route, and then, I mean, I don't. Maybe I bolt up to. I mean, at that point, I'm in a situation of I'm in like that half go mode where.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
in that scenario, you probably skip left side swamp, but you probably do like Ice Palace and
yeah, I do
swamp. You do the stuff before going up to see if you can just have one more trip up the mountain.
Or even, I mean, at that point, if I only have one medallion, like I could actually make the argument just do TR first and just eat the second climb.
Yeah, that's
honestly
entirely
not a bad call in that situation. With it
Absolutely.
only being one and you having so much, because then
Absolutely.
then you're on Death Mountain with all the stuff anyways. So,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, not going pod was obviously just a mistake early with making that Aga play, but.
Surprisingly, you guys only had one difference, or one number difference, 137 versus 138 in the collection rate. So, good job, guys.
Thanks. We'll
Yeah,
take
well, we
it.
don't have hammer. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's cheating.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to compliment you. Just don't get away.
But GG's apathyduck. Good luck moving forward, and I hope you come out of this group, and I hope it's not at my expense in the like the second round.
I mean, I'm now 0 for 6 straight in these things, so.
Oof.
I'm something like 1 in like 19 in my like last like 20 matches of like note, not just like random matches. It's amazing. I've got the best luck.
Well, good luck moving forward to the both of you. Looking forward to watching both of you with some more high-octane fun rando. And unless James has more to say, or you two have more to say, I think we're probably good.
Yeah, I think that thank you once again, apathyduck and WallKicks, for another great race. That's it for today on the racing calendar, unless you're on the East Coast, in which case it's Wednesday and there's a full day ahead of you. So far, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more added, but we've got races all day long from 1 o'clock Eastern all the way to nearly midnight. All up and down the SpeedGaming channels. If you go to speedgaming.com or speedgaming.org, you'll find a link to the schedule there. Chelsea, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I haven't commentated in a while, so it's been good. I do love commentating with friendos, and especially watching two awesome people run. So I had fun.
Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to our tracker tonight, TJ Joel, putting pictures up on the screen and keeping track of things so we don't have to. Always the unsung hero of these races, making sure everything is well communicated to you. So thanks again to TJ. And with that, I am James FNX, Chelsea.
That's me.
See you next time. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Everyone have a good night.